Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. So, Jason Peters about to hit free agency for the first time in 11 years. March 18th, the Philadelphia Eagles and Jason Peters will, they've come to a mutual agreement to where Jason Peters will enter free agency and, see what the best options are for him. The Philadelphia Eagles feel like it's fair. I feel like it's fair. I don't feel like anything is unfair about that. But make no mistake about this. If the Philadelphia Eagles don't pick up Jason Peters, somebody else will. Now, the good thing is about this with the Philadelphia Eagles, they actually have, the Philadelphia Eagles have room, room at the left tackle position. You know what I mean? I don't understand why both sides can't get a deal done because I want Jason Peters back. I know a lot of people are on the fence about Jason Peters. And we'll talk about another guy that I want back. And I'll talk about that, later in this video. But, Jason Peters is one of those guys that I want back. Jason Peters has played against some of the best. He's helped, solidify that blind spot for some of the best. And what Jason Peters has done for the development of Carson Wentz, it just can't be duplicated. Jason Peters was instrumental in so many areas off that left side. After the injury, it took him a little while to get his feet back wet. He had a little problem in some games with the false starts, but he was a solid blocker. He didn't give up many sacks. And I think he's had a good impression on Andre Dillard and his development as well. He didn't get sour about Andre Dillard coming to the Eagles when they drafted him. He figured that, hey, it's kind of about that time. You know what I'm saying? And this is a good opportunity if we can't get something done for Andre Dillard to come in and show us why he was a top 10 pick, top 15 pick in last year's draft. I got high expectations for Andre Dillard. So some of the trade rumors of Andre Dillard being gone is just absolutely ludicrous. You know what I mean? If Andre Dillard was going to be gone, you would probably see a situation to where Jason Peters was re-signed, because you got to re-sign Jason Peters if Andre Dillard is going to be gone. If you're keeping Andre Dillard, I don't understand why you would keep Andre Dillard and Jason Peters at this point. You know what I mean? Especially if a comfortable package for teams to take Alshon Jeffrey off our hands is to take Andre Dillard with them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do it. Andre Dillard is your first round pick. That's admitting defeat. That's admitting, honestly, I would just pay Alshon what Alshon is worth. At this point, I'll let him get healthy and let him continue to contribute. We know he got an issue or whatever, but you can't leave that much money on the table if you can't get rid of him. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I see it. Byron Jones, man. Elliott Shaw Parks, I don't really agree with dude at all, but I agree with something that he said on Twitter. He said something on the lines that, I would pay Jalen Mills. I would give Jalen Mills a new contract before I give Byron Jones 16 to 18 mil a year. And I completely agree, man. All you guys, man, the bashing of Jalen Mills, I was on the train. I was famous for saying Jalen Mills was getting beat like an African drum last season. Yeah, he was. He was getting torched. But guys go through that period. If you remember, Byron Jones was a safety for the Dallas Cowboys first. He was getting Smokey the Bear. And, and what happened? They moved him to corner. Byron Jones could play a lot. He's already a hybrid. I'll give him that. Byron Jones is good, but you're talking about guys getting $18 to $16 million a year. That's a top-notch cornerback. That's a top-notch cornerback, and we've had a history of making mistakes and overpaying some of these cornerbacks. Byron Maxwell, I believe was his name, from Seattle, played opposite of Richard Sherman. We gave him way too much money. He did nothing but come out there and get smoked. Nnamdi Amsuwa, smoked. You know what I'm saying? Byron Jones, I like Byron Jones. Byron Jones is good at bump and run. He's good at recovering. He don't give up plays. But, a lot of people like to point out, he played against elite wide receivers. What elite wide receivers did they play against last year? What elite wide receivers did they play against last year? He played against Michael Thomas. I think Michael Thomas had 9 catches for 95 yards. Roby Anderson, 125 catches. Oh, he ain't guard Roby. Crowder had 98 that game too. I mean, this is the facts. The facts are this: the Dallas Cowboys have not, had an elite defense or an elite offense. So why would a player coming off of one of those teams get elite money? Why would they get elite money? I'm not with paying this dude this much money, man. I still believe in the upside of Jalen Mills. I believe that you can. I believe that you can give Jalen Mills some money. You could get somebody out of free agency. and you could let Ronald Darby walk, and you be able to solidify so much if you go about things that way. Now, if you continue to go after whoever's available in free agency, like the Philadelphia Eagles have done in the past, then that's going to do nothing but leave you shorthanded and with high expectations. Because it's going to take a very special quarterback. I'm sorry, it's going to take a very special cornerback to be able to play in Jim Schwartz's scheme. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need elite level cornerback to be able to play in Jim Schwartz's scheme. You're not going to go into a Jim Schwartz scheme with the skill set that Byron Jones has. I firmly believe that. I'm a 100% believer that you have to be of a different cloth to play man to man all day. Because if the blitz doesn't get there, you're toast. Smokey the Bear. They're going to smoke you if the blitz don't get there. And the Philadelphia Eagles should think about this. Shore up your pass rush and bring some of your old guys back who already used to playing in this system. It's going to be a learning curve for Byron Jones. A learning curve. A curve that Mills, Sidney Jones, Rasul Douglas, Avonte Maddox, a curve that they all have went through. And I believe that they've went through this learning curve so much that they have damn near mastered it. They just need the pass rush to work in tandem with what they got going on. And I believe that the cornerback situation will fix itself. These are the moves that I believe you make at the cornerback position. I believe that you let Darby walk. You bring back Jalen Mills. You put Sidney Jones in Darby's position. You know what I'm saying? You give Rasul Douglas some time. You forget about Crevion LeBlanc, Avonte Maddox, and then you still draft yourself a cornerback. You probably could let another, even if you let Mills walk. You let Mills walk. I firmly believe that Avonte Maddox and Sidney Jones could play on the outside. Crevion LeBlanc could play in the slot. Rasul Douglas could be a fourth option at cornerback, and you draft a cornerback or two. You draft one cornerback and you bring another guy in free agency. You don't have to spend this money on this guy who got a minuscule amount of interceptions. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it. But let me know what you think in the comments.